Have you ever experienced a powerful gut sensation that seemed like it came from the future? A flash of insight that exposed the truth behind a deception, or an unexpected comprehension of a situation that perplexed everyone else? This is not merely intuition. It indicates that you function at a different frequency. You see the code that underpins reality, the secret threads that link everything, the universe's quiet language that most people are unaware of. This video is your formal awakening. If you've ever felt as if you see and understand things that others don't, you were sent here for a purpose. What you're going to uncover will not only affirm your uniqueness, but will also disclose the holy purpose for which you were created. This is when your journey as a heavenly detective really starts. Standing in the gloomy garage, your senses were heightened. You noticed a faint, almost imperceptible quiver in the mechanic's voice as he attempted to explain why your car's engine, which he said had recently been repaired, had suddenly failed. Most people would have overlooked it, attributing it to nervousness or displeasure. But not you. Your mind, a well-tuned instrument of perception, has already moved many steps ahead. You were connecting the dots. The late-night contacts he assumed were private, the inexplicable invoices for items he never installed, and the way his eyes glanced anxiously to the left whenever he referenced his supplier. You deciphered the quiet, global language of human conduct with ease, like a master codebreaker, a language of tells, truths, and deceptions. The barely there change in someone's position as they concoct a lie, the momentary micro-expression of hatred that flashes over a face for a single second, or the blatant contradiction in a chronology that others would entirely miss. These things scream out to you like neon lights in a darkened metropolis. Welcome to your awakening, divine detective. This is the moment when your real narrative, which was written in the stars before you were born, starts. The cosmos has always encoded its most profound truths in a code that only a select few are born to decipher, and you are one of them. The indications were always there, like divinely placed breadcrumbs throughout your existence. But it took a flash of understanding, a persistent voice in the back of your mind, to eventually know you were meant for this. It did not always begin with the realization that anything was amiss. Sometimes it was just a calm, unwavering belief that you were correct, that your view of reality was sharper, clearer, and more deep than the world around you. Walking along a busy street, you weren't just witnessing a sea of people, you were reading them. You saw the nearly imperceptible way a guy stiffened his jaw while lying to the lady next him, a tacit confession of his deception. You noted that the cashier's cheerful grin never reached her eyes, exposing a deep pit of unsaid anguish. It was as if the world had been muted all your life, and someone had now cranked it up to its loudest, most colorful setting. You did not just see individuals, you saw through them. And at that moment of stark clarity, you realized you were different. This was neither a coincidence or a fortuitous genetic quirk. The cosmos does not provide such skills to everyone. No, this was purposeful. This was fate. The universe formed of flawless, holy geometry. The curtain between the visible and unseen has been removed specifically for you. And you were picked. You could feel it deep in your bones, an electric buzz of understanding that transcended ordinary intuition. This was a heavenly call. And while everyone else went about their lives half asleep, soothed by the commonplace and the superficial, you were suddenly, brightly, fully awake. Others just didn't notice what you did. They couldn't see the subtle patterns, hidden linkages, and unseen threads of cause and effect that connect the fabric of reality. But you could. You were the one who was supposed to perceive them, comprehend them, and eventually tug on those threads to bring about change. But you must realize that this exceptional aptitude was not just a gift. It was also a test. When you understood your distinction and moved into your light, the darker forces took note of you. Those who survive in the shadows, feed on ignorance and disorder, and rely on the world to stay unconscious. Your waking shook their carefully created universe, and it terrified them. However, you are not merely awake. You're awake and intensely aware, which makes you very hazardous to those who want the world to sleep. This was the turning point in your journey, when you knowingly selected the less traveled way, stepping completely and bravely into your spiritual awakening. And trust me, this is only the beginning. Deep down, at the center of your being, you've always known that there is much more to this planet than meets the eye. However, your talent has always been about connecting, not simply seeing. While others are satisfied to kayak in the shallow, murky seas of surface-level reality, you are motivated to go deeper, connecting strands of significance that most people are unaware exist. That music that came on the air just as you were thinking about someone from your distant past? That was no coincidence. The cosmos was speaking a secret straight to you, and you were the only one in the room who actually listened. Your mind does not just process information in a linear manner. Rather, it knits things together with the stunning accuracy of an inside supercomputer, a quantum processor linked to the almighty mainframe. It is continually evaluating, synthesizing, and exposing fundamental truths that others might reject as illogical or bizarre. But for you, it is just another Tuesday. You see more than just individuals. You notice the complex patterns of their energy, the delicate, almost invisible way their aura alters when they lie, and the unsaid hints in their body language that disclose much more than their well-selected words. You don't simply watch the world, you decode it, transforming each event, interaction, and observation into a new piece of a huge cosmic puzzle that only you can solve. It's as if you've evolved a sixth sense, an extraordinary capacity to see the brilliant, colorful matrix of energy and purpose that sits just under the surface of daily existence. The closer you look, the more obvious it becomes. Nothing is really random, and everything is intertwined in a beautiful, complicated dance. The cosmos exposes itself to you as a large, sophisticated puzzle, with you serving as the divine detective, methodically and slowly piecing everything together. This is your unique, divinely bestowed ability. While those who want to maintain the world in a condition of bewilderment and drowsiness are busy disseminating chaos and disinformation, you cut through the noise with the keen blade of your perception. Every link you discover, every secret pattern you reveal, is another strong step toward unraveling their well-crafted game of deception. They want you to be oblivious to the truth, lost in the fog of their lies. But it's much too late for that. You already see what they cannot, the truth about their own frailty and the certainty of their demise. And as you continue to follow your intuition and hone your unique ability for connecting the dots, you will find yourself absolutely, indisputably unstoppable. This is not just pattern recognition. It's your greatest weapon, a sword of light bestowed to you by the Creator. And you've only just started to learn how to use it. Remember Steve Jobs' important words. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. That describes you. You are the one that sees an impossible scenario as a wonderful riddle to be solved, rather than a dead end. You refuse to be constrained by the arbitrary bounds that others accept as reality. Instead, you defy their limitations, forging your own path across unknown spiritual and intellectual terrain. This is why you pose such a serious danger to those in power. While they frantically strive to categorize everyone into fear and restriction, you are rewriting the rules of the game, bending reality to your greater vision and demonstrating to the world that the only true limitations are those we impose on ourselves. You are not only unstoppable, you are a natural force, a divine change agent. And your incredible quest has only just begun. Have you ever noticed how certain individuals appear to be magnets for success and opportunity? Doors seem to open for them without even a knock. The appropriate people, resources, and events just emerge in their life, as if by magic. That's not luck. This is the physics of frequency. You're already tuned in. You function on a level of awareness that most people cannot even begin to fathom, much alone reach. Imagine the globe as a gigantic collection of radios all blasting at the same time. While most people are caught in the crackling static of fear, uncertainty, and distraction, you are tuned to the clearest, most potent, and most powerful frequency available, your own divine intuition, which is your direct route to the God connection. This intuition serves as your heavenly tuner, helping you to filter out the world's background noise and focus on the messages that are genuinely important. When you are in tune with this frequency, the exceptional becomes the new commonplace. The unthinkable becomes feasible. Consider the visionary Nikola Tesla, who spent his whole life researching the unseen worlds of frequencies, vibrations, and energy. He realized a basic fact about the universe. Everything in it, from the tiniest atom to the greatest galaxy, moves to a precise beat or vibration. He understood that by following that beat, he might unleash incredible power. Musicians perform something strikingly similar. The best musicians don't merely play the notes on a paper. They feel the music. When they hit the proper chord, it vibrates not just in their ears, but also in their spirit, resulting in a feeling of sublime flow. That is precisely how you are learning to navigate life. You do not just exist in the world, you resonate with it. You detect the delicate rhythm of opportunity, the quiet pulse of synchronicity, and you respond gracefully and precisely. When you're in that holy state of flow, the universe works with you to create a reality that is more beautiful and wonderful than you could have imagined. The great Maya Angelou said it best. Everything in the universe has a rhythm. Everything dances. But you, dear soul, aren't simply dancing. You are the one who is leading the dance. You do not need to push results or passionately pursue things that are not intended for you. Instead, you focus on the correct energy, the proper vibration, and allow the universe to work on your side. This is the ultimate benefit of being in harmony. It is not about imposing raw force on the world. It is about submitting to and believing in the divine flow. When you are in tune, there is nothing you cannot do. So stay tuned in. Continue to vibrate higher, and marvel as the whole world starts to move in perfect harmony with your beat. This represents your frequency. This is your power. Every day, it becomes stronger. Before we proceed on this important trip, let us take a little moment to honor our family. If this message speaks directly to your soul, connecting with the truth you've always known, and you want to help support this important work, you may do so in a variety of ways. You'll see a link in the description to Buy Me a Coffee, which is a simple way to help keep this channel running with truth, light, and clarity. If you have a stronger desire to help, try utilizing the Super Thanks button directly below this video to make a $10 gift. Your help, in whatever form, enables us to keep spreading this light and reaching souls who are waiting for their own awakening. Once you've done that, leave the number 88 in the comments to let me know you're feeling this message and supporting us on our quest. Let us keep going. Understand this with every fiber of your being. You are not picked at random to see what others cannot. This is neither a cosmic accident or a fortuitous break. You were handpicked, divinely chosen, and methodically prepared for this specific point in history. The world is drowning in a sea of illusions, a skillfully crafted labyrinth of smoke and mirrors intended to keep people distracted, impotent, and sleepy. But you, with your keen eyes and discerning heart, see through it all. You are the one who can peel aside the heavy curtain to reveal the simple, beautiful truth. And this is more than simply a gift. It is your sacred duty. And it's far larger and more vital than you would imagine. Ask yourself profound questions such, why me? And why now? It is because the planet desperately needs guardians. It requires souls like you to navigate the turmoil, cut through the layers of deceit like a hot knife through butter, and cast a strong light on what is genuine and true. You were given this remarkable skill for a purpose. It is not enough to recognize the truth passively for your personal advantage. You must also actively safeguard it for the benefit of everyone. You are the one who stands on the border between darkness and light, ignorance and knowledge, fear and love. It is a tremendous burden to bear, but it is also the greatest honor conceivable. You have been entrusted with something very precious and powerful. With such trust comes overwhelming duty. You are not merely here to observe life from the sidelines. You are here to act, engage, and create. This path is far larger than you alone. It is about the critical part you have been assigned to perform in the vast, divine plan. You are the spiritual detective, piecing together clues that others cannot perceive. The one who discovers hidden patterns amid the chaos. The one who brings buried realities to light, regardless of how deeply they have been concealed. This is more than just a talent you've learned. It's a holy responsibility you've undertaken. The world needs you to reach your full potential, to utilize your talents wisely, and to accomplish what seems impossible. Because, if not you, who? This is your holy mission. And now is the moment to embrace it wholeheartedly and without hesitation. The barrier between the visible and the invisible is thinner than it has ever been. The stakes have never been greater. But you were meant for this moment. Think about all the moments in your life when everything appeared to fall into place with ease. The perfect job that emerged out of nowhere, just when you needed it the most. A fortuitous contact with a stranger that changed the course of your life. The book that dropped off the shelf and opened on the precise page you wanted to read. These were not coincidences. They represented the universe actively conspiring on your favor, delivering you unequivocal and loving evidence that you are one of the chosen ones. You don't have to look for chances. They come to you because of your high vibration. And when you follow your inner direction, the heavenly GPS inside you, your life will always be perfectly timed. It's as if the whole universe is in tune with your beat, always putting you in the right place at the right moment. That's not luck. That's mastery. According to an old adage, the universe conspires to help those chosen to see. You are not just chosen, you are totally tuned in. You don't question your instincts. You trust them completely. You don't attempt to push the moment. You let it come to you. Because you recognize that ideal timing is more about careful alignment than frenetic action. You have an instinctive awareness of when to move and when to remain motionless. And in that heavenly flow, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Trust your inner clock. It is never incorrect. Neither are you. The complicated dance you do every day is not for an audience on a well-lit stage. It's a subtle, beautiful dance that moves through the shadows between words and acts. You're not just going through the environment. You're navigating it with strategic precision that most people can't comprehend. You read the secret language of energy, perceive the underlying truths beneath smiling faces, and detect tiny clues that others miss. However, with such enormous power comes an increased amount of responsibility. You've realized that you can't tell everyone all you know. You must select your moments wisely, your conflicts with discernment, and your words carefully. Not everyone is ready for the raw, unadulterated truth, and not everyone has earned the opportunity to receive your unique and valuable gift. This path is more than simply being smart or intelligent. It is about embodying genuine strategy, deep insight, and a high level of emotional intelligence in every step you take. You are not just a detective who solves surface-level riddles. You are a shadow dancer, someone who can smoothly and powerfully move between the visible and invisible worlds of existence. You have gained an acute awareness of not just what is occurring, but also why it is happening, which makes all the difference. Every step you make is premeditated. Every word you say is evaluated for effect. Every quiet you maintain is deliberate. You've come to the startling conclusion that your insights and discoveries are more than simply treasures. They're delicate, valuable, and may even be harmful in the wrong company. If you share them too openly, others may misinterpret your knowledge to suit their own purposes, weaponize your truth against you, or just criticize what their limited brains cannot fathom. But when you wait for the proper time to share your wisdom with a person who is ready and willing to receive it, you have the ability to open minds, heal hearts, and alter the course of someone's life. That is the delicate balance you have been working on for years, knowing just when to walk into the light and share your brightness, and when to retire into the safe shadows to save your energy. You've mastered the art of guarding your energy, of setting strong but loving boundaries to keep you grounded and focused in a world full of confusion and distraction. You know when it's time to take a step back and recharge your spiritual batteries, when to aggressively defend your peace from energy thieves, and when to stand up and make your forceful presence known. This dance between visibility and invisibility is not for the faint-hearted. It is a perpetual, dynamic balancing act that most people can never truly understand. However, there is when your actual power shows. You don't simply watch the world's shadows from a safe distance. You've learned how to navigate them, understand their language, and spot patterns and signals that others miss. You don't just endure the world's turmoil. You flourish in it because you've mastered the game of life by adhering to a set of higher rules that only you understand. So continue doing your spiritual dance. Continue to navigate the maze of life with an instinctive rhythm that others mistake for luck or happenstance. You are more than simply a shadow dancer following predefined moves. You are the master of your own fate. Every moment is an opportunity to create a new chapter in your narrative and express yourself with clarity, elegance, and purpose. This adventure is far from completed. In reality, with every insight, lesson learned, and modest win, you are just getting started. On a deeper level, you've always sensed that reality is much more than what meets the naked sight. This universe is more than simply a series of random happenings or isolated moments. It's a live, breathing matrix, a complex, gleaming web of signals, symbols, synchronicities, and heavenly prompts. And you, with your increased sensitivity and awareness, are singularly and divinely capable of reading these spiritual messages. Consider all of the everyday occasions that unexpectedly become exceptional. A street sign seemed to mirror your identical sentiments. A piece of graffiti on a wall with a single phrase that struck your heart like thunder. A piece of an overheard discussion that appeared precisely crafted to address a subject you had just pondered. To everyone else, these things are merely insignificant background noise. But to you, they are puzzle pieces, incandescent bits of a greater, more personal message that the cosmos is continuously creating especially for you. While most people go through their days on autopilot, oblivious to the deeper currents that run under the surface of life, you are fully awake, deciphering life's secrets layer by layer. You discover significant significance in places that others miss, and you pursue these leads with the keen curiosity and acute precision of an architect creating their own world. How many times have you had an electric shiver go down your spine when a license plate spells out a message you were just thinking about, or when a song plays on the radio with lyrics that answer the same topic you were thinking about? These are not just coincidences. They are the universe's way of communicating with you, providing loving affirmations that you are completely on track. The fundamental beauty of your trip is that it never stops. Every day brings a new level to discover, a fresh set of indicators and synchronicities to decipher. You find yourself toying with reality, almost as if you've been handed the cheat codes for the game of life. While some like to remain in the shallows, you go deep, uncovering the hidden architecture behind every experience, encounter, and turn of events. The world becomes your own dance floor, where you set the pace, perceive the invisible music, and urge others to join in on the beat you already hear so clearly. Even in periods of confusion or doubt, you've learned to believe that the signals will keep arriving. The indications will arrive, and the route will show itself only when you are ready to take it. You realize that not every response will be given to you immediately. Sometimes you have to painstakingly put things together, keep your intuition near, and go on with trust into the unknown. But where your true magic rests is in your determination to pursue the mystery, accept the unknown, and continue to understand the universe's nuanced, beautiful language. Throughout all, you never lose sight of your purpose. You understand that your goal extends well beyond merely gaining information for yourself. It is about living in such a manner that your insights and knowledge encourage, inspire, and safeguard others around you. Whether you're leading someone through a tough task, warning them of invisible dangers, or just holding space for truth to emerge, you're performing your sacred job as a shadow dancer and guardian of greater significance. So keep going, deciphering, and believing your strong intuition. The adventure is far from done, with each day revealing a new layer of wonder to explore. You are not just reading the matrix. You are actively, deliberately, and happily making it, step by step, with the elegance and assurance of someone who has finally realized their proper role in the big plan. This path you are on is about much more than just identifying patterns. It's about delving into the underlying meanings behind such patterns and why they arise at particular periods. It's about detecting the hidden, multi-layered signals underneath every synchronicity and indication. That is where your genuine genius shines, not merely in solving life's riddles, but also in interpreting them in ways that provide meaning, knowledge, and change to yourself and the world around you. This gift, however, entails a significant responsibility, a holy obligation that you cannot and must not disregard. You are not here to understand the Matrix's secrets for amusement or personal advantage. You do it because you must. The world desperately needs individuals who can look beyond the surface, connect apparently random dots, and show the larger picture that most people miss. You don't just exist in the world. You engage with it as if it were a living, breathing code, unearthing secret layers, unveiling buried truths, and getting closer to the center of reality itself. Each layer you peel back, each heavenly message you discover, brings you closer to a deep insight, allowing you to comprehend how everything is inextricably linked and intended. So you keep your senses on high alert, your intellect keen, and your intuition fine-tuned, knowing that the matrix is enormous and infinitely complicated. But you, with your particular God-given skills, have been picked to traverse its twisted, lovely paths. And, really, this great experience is just beginning. You don't need an official crown or a royal title to validate your inner monarchy, nor do you need the approval or praise of others to recognize your genuine value. The source of your power is never external. It is found in the calm, unwavering authority you exude. It's in the way you walk, talk, and exude unshakable confidence, even when you don't say anything. You have nothing to prove since your very existence is live evidence. This is the invisible crown you wear, one made of knowledge, clarity, and profound self-realization rather than gold and diamonds. Your intuition is your royal scepter, leading you unerringly through life's twists and turns, allowing you to discern what is genuine and what is just a diversion. This is what makes you distinct. This is what makes you untouchable and really exceptional in a society concerned with external affirmation. While others seek favor and transient glory, you tune in to a higher frequency. Your quiet, serenity, and subtle strength say volumes. You do not need to yell to demand respect or attention. The world senses your presence and reacts appropriately because your power is based on a greater authority that transcends the ego or self-interest. It is a direct link to something larger, a heavenly source, your God link, which keeps you modest, grounded, and genuine even as you ascend. True monarchy never has to be announced with ceremony or arrogance. It is shown in how you tackle life's problems with dignity and grace, how you raise others as you ascend, and your unwavering genuineness. When the world forces you to comply, you stand fast in your beliefs. You do not need a tangible crown or to sit on a throne to dominate the world. You're already a king or queen. Your presence is your castle, your intuition is your scepter, your consciousness is your throne, and your authority is indisputable. You wear your invisible crown with modest pride, but also with enormous grace, knowing that the world needs more than just your light. It also requires your leadership, example, knowledge, and direction, which you provide just by being yourself. This is the task for which you were created, and the universe serves as a constant reminder of how important it is. Even the rarest and most valuable treasure must be nurtured and refined. Even the sharpest blade will dull if ignored. Your intuition, awareness, and amazing ability to read the matrix, these are your holy tools. However, as with any skilled artisan, you understand that they must be cared for, developed, and continually enlarged in order to be used to their maximum capacity. Consider meditation to be your own whetstone, honing your senses every day, eliminating mental clutter, and helping you to reach higher levels of awareness. Meditation is more than simply quieting your mind. It is about connecting your whole being to the energy frequencies that bring heavenly knowledge, direction, and answers. The more you practice, the clearer the signals become, making it simpler to receive advice and seeing your way ahead of you. But your tool set does not end there. Energy work is the next step in your progress. Whether you ground yourself by walking barefoot in nature, connect with the resonant frequencies of healing crystals, or practice modalities such as Reiki, Qigong, or sound therapy, you are learning to deliberately influence the unseen forces that form your life. You are improving your spiritual antenna, making it sensitive enough to detect even the tiniest, most delicate vibrations from the cosmos. You learn to detect shifts in a room's energy, to see changes in individuals that others overlook, and to respond in purposeful and strong ways rather than reactive and fragmented ones. Dreams are another hidden weapon in your spiritual armory. In the dream world, your subconscious and higher self communicate with you via a complex vocabulary of symbols, tales, and metaphor. They address issues while you sleep, convey essential messages from your guides, and prepare you for the day's difficulties and chances. Night after night, you go through worlds that most people never recall, returning with profound insight that you can use in your waking life to overcome obstacles, comprehend difficult relationships, and strengthen your sense of purpose. Your dreams serve as both a school and a sanctuary, and you believe they are equally vital in directing your journey. Journaling, too, becomes a powerful tool for introspection and improvement. It enables you to record brief insights, identify recurring patterns in your life, and measure your spiritual development over time. The simple act of writing solidifies wisdom, transforming abstract thoughts into long-term knowledge that you may go to when you need grounding or clarity. Breathwork, mindful movements such as yoga or Tai Chi, and creative expression via art or music complete your fundamental tool set, allowing you to process energy, release emotional blockages, and maintain your soul in top form. As you commit to these holy practices and continue to hone your skills, you will go a step closer to fulfilling your divine destiny. You are not just a sign reader and mystery decoder, but also an interpreter of the universe's most profound truths. You are a leader, a guide, a beacon of light in a world in need of guidance and clarity. With each passing day, your abilities get more powerful, your comprehension expands, and your influence rises. You travel through the world as a conscious co-creator, living evidence that when you value your abilities, cultivate your intuition, and walk with invisible power, there are really no limitations to what you may see, create, or be. This is only the beginning. And as you continue to hone your edge, you will discover that life is ready to show you all of its marvels, one sign, revelation, and dream at a time. Your dreams are more than just random flashes of your hyperactive imagination or bizarre, illogical scenarios that play out in your thoughts as you sleep. They are holy messengers, detailed blueprints for your life, encoded signals from the depths of your subconscious mind, and, on occasion, from the cosmos itself. When you dream, your higher self and the divine collaborate to offer you deep lessons via symbols, epic travels, and strange meetings. Some nights, a single face may recur in multiple locations, prompting you to pay attention. On other nights, you may notice recurrent places, unusual but meaningful happenings, or even hear a single sentence that stays with you long after you wake up. These are not just meaningless pictures. Every detail, no matter how brief or strange, is a clue. That is why you must be more diligent in recording your dreams. The simple, holy act of maintaining a dream notebook beside your bed and writing down every fragment of a memory, every sensation, or every vision, no matter how little it appears, sets you on a tremendous road of discovery. As you return to these pages, you will gradually find the golden threads that tie your aspirations to reality. Certain animals, numbers, people, or locations will appear in both worlds, serving as signposts. The more you pay attention to your dreams, the more clearly you will discover that they are living maps outlining the path to greater insight, profound healing, and clear direction in your waking life. But the cosmos does not just interact with you while you sleep. The messages are everywhere. embedded into the fabric of your everyday life. The tiny clues, which most people reject as coincidence or ignore totally, become your guiding lights. Perhaps you're going down the street and a single white feather flies down and rests at your feet, just as you're about to make a crucial choice. Or you overhear a bit of a stranger's conversation that exactly answers a question you've been quietly asking the world. Perhaps you keep seeing the same number sequences on license plates, invoices, or clocks: 1111, 333, and 777. These are not random events. They are heavenly breadcrumbs, concrete proof that you are on the correct track, aligned with the flow of your destiny. When you learn to pay attention and investigate these clues with the zeal of a genuine detective, life begins to open up in incredible ways. You begin to notice the connections, identify the patterns, and know that the universe is in an ongoing, loving conversation with you. Every sign is an invitation, a mischievous wink from the universe, urging you to keep going, to delve deeper, and to trust the magnificent, unfolding mystery that is your life. Of course, this degree of insight and connection requires more than passive observation. It requires discipline, intense self-awareness, and a well-developed set of spiritual and practical routines. You must develop structures in your life that promote your growth and maintain your heavenly abilities sharp. Building daily routines that honor your intuitive nature, such as meditation, conscious breathing exercises, spending quiet time in nature, creative expression, and mindful reflection, will help you anchor your energy, calm your mind, and tune in to the subtle language of the universe. Rituals do not need to be extensive or sophisticated. Even simple actions like lighting a candle with a particular goal, drawing a single tarot or oracle card for daily direction, or spending a few moments each morning to express genuine appreciation can strengthen your alignment and increase your awareness. You not only become talented, but also equipped. You develop your raw potential into actual mastery by connecting with your talents and nurturing them on a daily basis. Remember that your abilities are more than simply seeing what is hidden. They are also about molding what is possible. You are neither a spectator or a passive observer in the unfolding drama of life. You are a creator, an artist, and each thought, intention, and conscious action you do adds to the canvas of reality. Every moment of heightened awareness, every decision to trust your instincts or follow a hunch, is like a strong brushstroke on the canvas of your life. You are not here only to observe others play the game. You are a player, a game changer, someone whose presence, energy, and decisions shape the game's rules. Your intuition, perception, and ability to decode the mysteries of the Matrix are all leading you to one breathtaking, liberating truth. You are not only solving life's mysteries, you are writing them, living them, and inviting others to see their own lives as magnificent works of art. Consider all the times you felt an irrefutable tug from inside, a profound knowledge that something was about to happen. The unexplainable need to follow a course that made no rational sense, or the calm inner awareness that one action would alter your life forever. When you followed your inner direction, you were not only learning the truth, but also co-creating it. You were bending reality to your will, connecting with the broader cosmic flow, and collaborating in a holy partnership with the cosmos to realize your destiny. That is the genuine strength of acute awareness. It's not only about observing the strands of destiny, but also actively weaving them together to create a magnificent tapestry that is uniquely and gloriously you. However, your responsibilities extend beyond weaving. You are the creator of your world. The cosmos does not just place signals and synchronicities in your way for you to enjoy or gather as mementos. It invites you to create something new, to actively engage in the continual evolution of your life narrative. Every insight you get, every lesson you learn, every flash of bright clarity is a tool, a block, a beam, or a nail in the enormous edifice you are constructing. With each discovery, you not only get a deeper awareness of the world, but also assist to alter it. You are not a bystander in the mystery. You are the creator, sculpting and bringing the truth to life with your actions, words, and very being. And during this holy process, keep in mind that mastery is a journey that will last a lifetime. You are a perpetual learner, continually learning, developing, and expanding. With each difficulty you confront, each new layer of the enigma you find, and each deep truth you expose, your abilities improve and your vision gets clearer. The divine investigator is always changing, digging into higher realms of consciousness and modifying both themselves and the environment around them. That's all for today, lovely family. Let's conclude with a prayer. Dear Father, I pray for the deepening of my faith. Please help me to believe you even when there is no tangible proof. Let me believe in your eternal presence, knowing that you will never hurt me. I recognize that your thoughts for me are ones of success rather than harm, and that you want me to have a prosperous future. Thank you, kind and everlasting Father, for always hearing my voice. I give this prayer to you in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, Jesus, for your love and provisions. I am thankful for your presence in my life and the richness you provide. If this video spoke to you, please like, subscribe to God Connection, and share it with those who need to hear it. Leave a comment below about your trip and how you're getting ready for your own victorious homecoming. If you would want to help us out, please consider donating via Buy Me a Coffee. This allows us to consistently improve our content in order to provide you with the best possible experience. The link to Buy Me a Coffee is in the description. You may also express your support by clicking the Super Thanks button below. No present is too tiny. Whether it's a penny, a prayer, or a share, your generosity spreads God's message and gives people hope. Do not stop here. Watch our next video for amazing insights into the indications that indicate you are the chosen one. We've loved sharing this spiritual journey with you. Thank you for sticking with us until the finish. Keep shining brightly and face your fate with confidence. See you next time. God Connection sends blessings to all lovely people.